New York City. December 6th. Forecast discussion, National Weather Service. 10:23 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Weather synopsis. Frontal boundary will impact the region through Wednesday. The boundary will then push east Wednesday night. High pressure north of the area will briefly nose in Thursday and Thursday night. High pressure moves to the east on Friday. Another low pressure system passes just to the south Friday night through Saturday. High pressure then returns for Sunday into early next week. Here's the near-term forecast discussion. A line of showers is currently moving through western portions of the forecast area. This is the western lower Hudson Valley and the northeast portions of New Jersey. This is in association with overrunning moisture, with a frontal boundary currently over the area, which is evident in the large temperature gradient across the area. From 57 degrees at KMTP to 36 degrees at KMGJ as of 10 o'clock a.m. Fortunately, the entire forecast area is above freezing, and freezing rain is no longer a threat across Orange County. The line of showers will move east through the morning, but as it heads east, it will encounter some drier air in the mid-levels, as was evident in this morning's sounding at OKX. So the likely precipitation chances for western areas will transition to just a chance with this line as the showers evaporate before reaching the surface for most central and eastern locations as it encounters this drier portion of the atmosphere. An extensive frontal boundary will gradually approach from the west and southwest today. This boundary will initially behave more like a warm front before stalling as a stationary boundary. High pressure will hold initially in the mid-levels, especially further east across the area through much of today. This will retard the progression eastward of an organized rainfall activity. The thought process was to slow things down from previous forecasts just a tad. Therefore, inch up precipitation chances from west to east through the day and into the early evening. Initially, this morning temperatures will be rather borderline across far western portions of Orange County. For an hour or two, some localized patchy freezing drizzle or light freezing rain cannot be completely ruled out in some of the lower elevation or valley locations. But think this will be the exception and not the rule, as most guidance does not get any particular portion of the column moist enough to cause any light wintry mix until mid-morning. And by then, temperatures will have jumped enough to just result in some plain light rain. In any event, this will be a liquid event as temperatures warm quickly today on a southeast flow. Warm air advection increased quickly through the morning and into the afternoon. By later in the afternoon, even far northwest areas should get near 50 degrees. Despite the cloud cover, temperatures closer to the coast and for the metro will get into the middle and upper 50s, a good 10 degrees plus above normal for this time of the year. Towards afternoon, steady rain will attempt to work in from the west, but much of this steadier rain is likely to hold off until the evening further west and closer to midnight further east. A lower level jet of 35 to 40 knots is likely to move through late at night and into Wednesday in the morning. This will be the driver of the stronger low-level warm advection and thus the steadier rainfall. Much of the rainfall totals will fall tonight and into the first half of Wednesday morning. This is when much of the 3/4 to 1.25 inch rainfall totals are expected to occur. Lows tonight will be milder, with most places in the lower and middle 50s, some upper 40s well to the north and northwest. Here's the short-term forecast discussion for New York. Then there may be a portion of time where overcast skies and just a few occasional showers, light rain occurs for Wednesday mid-morning and through much of the afternoon. Much of the guidance has another batch of rain move through later Wednesday evening right along the frontal boundary or cold front. Then the moisture pushes east with cloud cover slow to clear out Wednesday night. Precipitation chances trail off from west to east Wednesday evening and into the overnight for eastern sections. Drier and noticeably cooler air begins to work in late at night and towards daybreak as temperatures fall back mainly into and through the 40s. During Thursday, low pressure will intensify along the frontal boundary that passed east of the area. Therefore, a somewhat tightening pressure gradient will result in a north wind with a few gusts up to 20 to 25 miles per hour. The source region is not that cold, as high pressure to the north has difficulty building down. Therefore, temperatures despite the northerly flow will remain above normal with lower and middle 50s for daytime highs. This will be along with partial sunshine developing for tomorrow. Towards Thursday night, colder air filters in on a northerly flow with partly cloudy skies. Lows will fall below freezing north and northwest with upper 20s in some spots and 30s elsewhere. Here's the long-term forecast discussion. This covers Friday through Monday for New York City. There has not been much change to the forecast thinking for the extended. Global guidance is in perhaps a bit better agreement this morning with the development of the system for the late Friday through Saturday period. Stuck fairly close to the NBM with some local modifications. Weak ridging to begin the period weakens as a shortwave originating over the central plains moves quickly east. And as energy is transferred off the east coast, gets absorbed by a larger upper low heading to the south from Nova Scotia, amplifying ridging aloft then looks to then return into early next week. At the surface, low pressure associated with the aforementioned shortwave develops over the Ohio Valley by Friday morning and moves east. Global models keep the system on a trajectory over the top of the ridge and passing just to our south by early Saturday. The low then heads offshore and is absorbed by a larger, slow-moving system over the western Atlantic by Sunday. The area remains between this offshore low and high pressure building in from the west through Tuesday. Have maintained precipitation chances of the NBM for this Friday through Sunday period. That's a blend of models. However, we've sped up onset of precipitation chances now for late Friday night. Most will see all rain from this event through early Sunday morning. Thermal profiles do continue to indicate some light snow potential as the predominant precipitation type at the precipitation onset, mainly across the interior into early Saturday. Any light snow should change to all rain for the entire area by daytime on Saturday. The widespread precipitation should come to an end on Sunday as the low remains offshore. Eastern Long Island and southeastern Connecticut may continue to see some light shower activity into Sunday associated with the western periphery of the offshore low, but confidence is low this far out. Nonetheless, the entire area looks to be in persistent breezy easterly flow and cloud cover Sunday through early Monday. High temperatures will be at or below normal through the weekend, with a slight warm-up expected with the ridge building in for early next week. You've been listening to weather from the National Weather Service.